Professional golf returns to Irving with the ClubCorp Classic, and this event was different from other tournaments hosted here. Hello and welcome to City Source. I'm Thomas Gandy. The ClubCorp Classic brought together pro athletes, PGA Champions Tour players, and some celebrities to the Las Colinas Country Club in Irving. I talked with some of the biggest names on the course and found out what all of this means for Irving.
It's going to be incredible.
The ClubCorp Classic debuts in Irving, drawing fans, athletes, and celebrities.
It's fantastic. You know what? It's a great town, a great place.
First time event for the City of Irving. What do you think of this?
Oh, I think it's fantastic. I really am impressed. It's a great atmosphere out here.
All of the players are taking their golf game seriously on some windy days at the Las Colinas Country Club because real money is at stake.
The PGA Champions players are playing for $2 million. And the celebrities are playing for $500,000.
It deviates from the norm out here on the PGA Tour Champions, and so to have celebrities and amateurs in the mix all week long, the format is not like anything else we do out here.
The opportunity to interact with the stars is what attracted a lot of these fans.
There's nowhere you can get this close to your favorite celebrity, your favorite tour player.
A big crowd waited for autographs outside the clubhouse.
John Daly, Pudge, Larry the Cable Guy.
And the only drawback is everybody wants an autograph, and I'll like, yeah, sure, but they think I'm Brett Favre, you know? And then I'm like, I'm not Brett Favre. Then they walk away all disappointed.
Fans also do their best to snap a quick selfie and maybe even catch a shareable social media moment like this one with Alfonso Ribeiro. Along with that signature move, we captured a signature line.
Get her done.
And spotted stars all over the course. What is that like to be so close to the fans and hear all that love?
We're too close. And the excitement that they see when they see some of their favorite players is priceless. It's priceless. It's also a clear indication that the impact that we may have on people's lives.
Check out this scene. Irving police surrounded Tony Romo to protect him as he made his way to the clubhouse after his round. Quite a mob on the way back.
Yeah, people are fantastic. Just a lot of great people, and I feel just humbled that anyone wants your picture autograph. It just makes you feel special.
All of those fans in the autograph lines and in the stands add up to a positive economic impact for the City of Irving.
It's definitely one of the bigger things of the year.
The Irving Convention and Visitors Bureau sponsored the Media Center to capitalize on all of the attention.
I have never been out here to Las Colinas. It's a beautiful place.
National exposure is so key and so important, and the course looks beautiful. The city looks beautiful.
And this tournament is coming back to Irving.
It's a 4-year contract, but the vision here is that this is here for a long, long time.
A big event expected to only get bigger in the years ahead, drawing more fans and superstars to the City of Irving. At the end of the tournament, on the pro side, Scott Perrell took home the top prize, and among the celebrities, pro tennis player Marty Fish was the winner in a playoff. Tony Romo came in second. The event benefits Momentous Institute as well as First Tee of Greater Dallas and Fort Worth. Also, on a business note, Irving-based ClubCorp announced it will now be known as Invited, and next year the event will be renamed the Invited Classic. We have more on this event coming up later in the show. Hear from some of the excited fans on the course at the Las Colinas Country Club. Irving named a new police chief. The city selected Derek Miller to lead the Irving Police Department. Miller is currently the chief in Carrollton. In a statement, Miller, seen here in archive video, said he is thrilled to be selected. He said he recognizes the Irving Police Department as a progressive agency that knows the pathway to continued success is made up of strong community partnerships and officers with servants' hearts. Upon confirmation by City Council on May 5th, Chief Miller will begin his new role in Irving on May 31st. The Texas Department of Transportation is proposing reconstructing and widening this stretch of road you're seeing here. Loop 12 from Spur 408 to south of State Highway 183. It is 10 miles in all. The agency is hosting an open house in Irving to let people know more about the project. It will be on Tuesday, May 3rd from 5:30 until 7:30 p.m. at the Jack D. Huffman Community Building next to City Hall. Exhibits will also be available to view online at keepitmovingdallas.com/loop12. Early voting continues through May 3rd for the May 7th general election. 3 city council seats are on the ballot. Here are the candidates in the order that they will appear on the ballot. A drawing determines that order. In District 1, the candidates are Tony Grimes, John Block, and Ricky Lightfoot. In District 7, the candidates are Brian Jones and Kyle Taylor. Districts 1 and 7 are single-member districts. Registered voters living in those districts may vote for candidates in their respective district. In District 2, which is at large, Brad M. Lamorges is unopposed. Again, here are the dates. Residents may vote at any Dallas County polling location. Find more details on all of this at cityofirving.org/elections. In other news, pool season is rapidly approaching. The City of Irving is hiring lifeguards to staff pools this summer. Robert Sheik has a look at what it takes to become an Irving lifeguard.
For Joshua Mendez, home is where the water is.
Since I was born in California, I've always loved the beach and I've always wanted to be near the beach. And for here at Irving, this is like my nearest thing, and I've just absolutely loved swimming.
Mendez was a regular at Center Park Pool when he was a middle schooler and decided he wanted to become a lifeguard one day.
I always thought, man, this would be a really fun job.
Potential lifeguard candidates like Mendez jumped in the pool to try to pass the City of Irving's lifeguard test at a recent hiring event at North Lake Natatorium.
You get sort of a thrill. It's kind of exhilarating.
Passing this test is no simple dip in the pool. First, 12 continuous laps, that's 300 yards, followed by 2 minutes of treading water, and then retrieving this 10-pound brick from the bottom of the pool and bringing it back to dry land.
Just like real life scenarios, like if you was doing a deep water save.
Much like a high SAT score doesn't guarantee college admission, passing this test is just step one of becoming a lifeguard. Candidates still must go through an interview process and then complete 27.5 hours of training to achieve certification.
Aside from the physical part of the job, we're actually looking at the attitude and the personality that they bring here. We want to make sure that we're serving our residents with the best possible candidates that we can help them serve.
Getting past the biggest hurdle, though, is cause for celebration for prospective lifeguards like Mendez.
Nice job. Right on time.
It kind of felt very rewarding at the end to actually be able to do what I wanted to do for a while.
Earning a summer job that comes with a splash of fun in the sun. The reward for making straight A's on this test. Robert Sheik for City Source.
If you or someone you know is interested in becoming a City of Irving lifeguard, there is another hiring event coming up on Saturday, May 7th at 9 a.m. at the North Lake Aquatic Center. Visit cityofirving.org/lifeguard for more information. On a seasonal note of a different kind, this is the time of year more of us are watering our lawns. The City of Irving Water Utilities team wants to make sure everyone is doing it responsibly and conserving the vital resource of water. Earlier, I spoke with City of Irving Senior Utilities Compliance Manager Donna Starling about this. Thanks so much for being here.
Well, thank you for having me.
A common question I'm guessing you're hearing at this time of year is, why conserve when at least so far this spring we're getting regular rain showers?
Well, actually, there are drought conditions across the state of Texas, and they're becoming more severe as each week passes. And so we want to be proactive. We always want to be proactive, but particularly this year as we have a drier year and we are much lower on our rainfall.
And there are a few elements to the city's conservation plan. Let's talk first about time of day restrictions. Irrigation is prohibited between 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. every day for everybody. Why is that?
Well, that's exactly right, because once the temperatures heat up, as you said earlier, we're going to find that there's more evaporation of the irrigation water, and so we want to make sure that people are watering their lawns in the most efficient and effective time of day. And that's why we want them to water early or late, so before 10 a.m. or after 6 p.m. so that they get the best application and the best use of their irrigation water.
And we'll put on the screen another component of the plan. Watering is allowed 2 days per week based on the last number of your address. How is all of this enforced?
So we have people that are in our water conservation program who routinely go out every day and drive around the city to make sure people are following the guidelines. At this point, it is required by ordinance, but we refer to them as guidelines. We are not in a drought restriction at this point. However, given the rainfall we've had this year, we anticipate we might be in a drought restriction even in the next couple of months. So we want people to get in the habit of making good decisions about how they water. And we actually have a licensed irrigator, and you can request that he come out to your home, help you review your irrigation system, also help you set your controller and make sure that you're watering no more than twice a week. And if you use watermyyard.org to guide your watering, you may find that you don't even need to water each week, that fortunately, if we get some rainfall, we'll have the ability to take care of our lawns without the additional watering.
Yeah, and we've talked before about how Irving has its own water supply from Lake Chapman. How are the lake levels looking right now?
Well, and that's a great question. That's our best indicator that we have some potential trouble ahead with regard to our lake level being 2.5 feet low. And so what we want to do is we want to make sure that we're setting up good habits now, watching how we're watering, because we're 2.5 feet low. That's a pretty big drop from full, and we want to make sure that if we do have to start our drought restrictions, that people know exactly what to do and how to do it. And the first level of restriction is twice weekly watering, but there's some additional things that we'll add on. So if they get in the habit of the twice weekly watering now, then it'll be easier to make the adjustment if we do have to go into specific drought restrictions.
Some good ideas for conservation. Donna Starling, Senior Utilities Compliance Manager with Water Utilities. Thanks so much for being here.
Well, thank you.
If you are doing big time spring cleaning, you may want to make note of this. Irving Solid Waste Services is offering free landfill disposal on May 13th and 14th at the Hunter Farrell Landfill. That's at 110 East Hunter Farrell Road. Proof of residency, such as a water bill or driver license, is required. Find more at cityofirving.org/landfill. Also, Irving Solid Waste Services is offering tips for cleaner neighborhoods. Prevent litter from escaping trash and recycling bags by securing the bags with a knot or a twist tie. Also, use bags of sufficient strength to move materials from the curb to collection vehicles without the bags tearing or spilling. Deter animals from scattering waste by placing bags at the curb before 7 a.m. on your collection day. If you are placing your bags out the night before, place a paper towel soaked with ammonia inside the bag to help deter animals. Irving police officers and firefighters work around the clock to protect our community. The Irving Hispanic Chamber of Commerce hosted a special event to thank them for their service. Check it out.
Well, this is our 5th annual Big Heroes Appreciation Day.
It's always a great time for us all to come together and just show support to our first responders.
You know, the ones that run in toward dangers, the rest of us are running out.
Not only to the on the street type officers, people in the office, the courthouse can come out here. And the Hispanic Chamber, I really take my hat off to them for them putting all this together.
This is the closest I'm ever going to get to all these police officers and fire department people at the same time. And there's an opportunity to just say thank you.
And I belong to an organization called Ambux Club. Over here we got the cooker going that we furnish and donate our time.
Just to take a small fragment of time out to show that, hey, police and fire, we love you guys, we appreciate what you're doing. It means a lot.
And Irving is, always supportive of our officers and firemen, but to see it like this is, I know the officers appreciate it.
It's just been amazing to me over the last couple of years with the challenges we've faced with COVID and the big freeze and all the different things that we've encountered, how our community has come together and been supportive of our first responders. It's with a real gratitude and a thankful heart to each and every one of you for the work that you did to protect our residents and our citizens during these last challenging times.
You know why we do it? Because our community loves us.
These relationships that we have with the community, I think is what makes Irving such a great city.
The Irving Hispanic Chamber hosts events throughout the year. Learn more at irvinghcc.com. The City of Irving budget team is looking for input. Planning for the next fiscal year is underway. You can email the budget team at askthebffs@cityofirving.org with questions or feedback. And in case you're wondering, BFFs in this case stands for Budget Fiscal Friends. On a related note, the city's newest version of the popular annual financial report is now available. The report offers financial information in an easy-to-read format, along with information on city accomplishments and a look ahead to future projects. You can read it online at cityofirving.org/PAFR or pick up a copy at City Hall. Irving topped a national list of cities most appealing to renters. The company's Storage Cafe studied migration rates across the country and found that for every renter leaving the city of Irving in 2021, 3.2 people arrived. The company cited spacious properties, affordable cost of living, and proximity to major employers among the reasons for the popularity. A lot of us know the importance of easy connection to the internet, but it is not a reality for everyone. The FCC launched the Affordable Connectivity Program to help households afford broadband. Apply by calling toll-free 877-384-2575 or visit acpbenefit.org. That benefit provides up to $30 a month discount on internet service and a one-time discount of up to $100 for a computer purchased through a participating provider. Applicants must meet certain income requirements or participate in other specified need-based programs. Also, the Texas Broadband Office is collecting input from residents about their broadband needs and experiences. The findings are expected to help the state compete for funding. Under the bipartisan infrastructure law, roughly $48 billion is set aside for National Telecommunications and Information Administration funds. Find a link to the survey at cityofirving.org/help. The City of Irving launched a new leadership program. The goal is to empower employees to be their best and give them opportunities to advance within the city. Mark Fine has the story.
There's going to be 8 employees, right? So let's say we pay all of y'all $80 grand a year.
More than a dozen Irving employees recently embarked on a 4-month program.
We want to make sure that leaders receive cutting-edge information on how to be better leaders within the organization and within our community.
Employees from departments all over the city learned about things like conflict management, coaching styles, and maximizing relationships.
This is a great win-win situation. Not only do we as a city have a great talent pool that we can continue to help work through a lot of our leadership opportunities, but this is also a great way for our employees to develop that personal, professional development that they're looking for.
We have taken our top talent, the next directors, the next ACMs and city managers, and we are investing in them.
Those involved say they are getting exactly what they hoped for.
I feel like I've got a strong technical background, but I need to work on just those soft skills to make sure that I can help the folks that report to me be successful, because I can't be successful if they're not successful.
It's just been great. I have enjoyed learning more about how leadership styles vary and what makes efficient teams.
The courses take place in 2 separate locations, here at City Hall, where they can take advantage of all that Irving has to offer, and here at the University of Dallas, where they're able to take advantage of all this institution has to offer to make the class even that much better.
It's always great that as a city, when we are able to look introspectively and gather some of those local resources and utilize them, I think they're great tools to leverage.
Mark Fine for City Source.
An all-new event will debut in Irving's Heritage Park. It is called Fusion, and it's designed to celebrate the diversity of the city. Fusion will take place Saturday, May 7th from noon until 6 p.m. at Heritage Park. Live entertainment, henna tattoos, dance lessons, calligraphy artists, cooking demos, and more are among the attractions. The most recent On Stage at Heritage series featured Trivia Night at Heritage Park, and families turned out to answer questions, enjoy the pleasant spring weather, and have a great time. The new amphitheater video wall works well for a lot of great programs. Next up on May 13th, it's Movie Night. The film Encanto will show on the big screen at 6:30 p.m. And on June 10th, it's live music from Donovan Keith. The free monthly events continue through September. The full schedule is at irvingevents.org. Earlier in the show, you heard from some of the celebrities at the first ever ClubCorp Classic. That turnout of big names attracted quite a few fans to the Las Colinas Country Club. Robert Sheik heard from some of them.
Hall of Famer!
As former Texas Ranger standout Pudge Rodriguez played the first round of the ClubCorp Classic, Michelle Martinez was there cheering on every shot.
Some people call me a fan. Some people might call me a stalker. My license plate does say Pudge. When we parked in the parking garage, the attendants were like, "Was that Pudge? Family of Pudge?" I said, "No, just a big fan."
Whether it's getting an autograph from Pudge or just catching a glimpse of Tony Romo, fans came out to get an up-close view of their favorite athletes and entertainers.
It's just so much fun to see those guys out here, you know, the Larry the Cable Guy, and people that actually can't even hit the ball very well. It's actually comical sometimes, but just to put those two together and see how well the actual tour players are playing against some of these other guys, it's just a lot of fun.
Money raised race here at the ClubCorp Classic benefits the Momentous Institute. We ran into a pair of junior reporters from the school who got a chance to interview celebrities, including the most decorated women's golfer of all time, Annika Sorenstam.
It was really surprising, and it was really cool that I got to meet someone so good at golf, and I was like, whoa, I kind of want to be here and be that good at golf.
As these junior reporters learned about Sorenstam's record-setting career, Martinez was closely following Pudge's round, because at the ClubCorp Classic, there's something for everyone to enjoy.
I think I made him nervous in this one. I think he bogeyed this hole. But other than that, it's been pretty cool. We'll follow him the rest of the day, too.
Afternoon stargazing. It just might become Irving's newest golf tradition. Robert Sheik for City Source.
A few weeks back, we showed you some of these huge flags flying along State Highway 183. Some businesses were showing support for Ukraine, along with their American flags that wave year-round. All of those flags come from Irving-based Simon's Flags, and that company just held a special ceremony we covered.
It's a great day in Irving, Texas.
Today we're doing the flag raising ceremony. I've done a lot of flag raising ceremonies for other people, but I've never done one for myself.
And crown thy good.
We are so blessed in our community to be one of the most diverse communities in the country.
Today.
It doesn't matter whether you're Muslim, Christian, Jewish, we need more prayer.
Be the resurrection and the life for those caught in the grip of sin and addiction.
And this is a holy week for a lot of different groups. We are so fortunate to live in a city where we can all practice what we believe and all live together.
Business that was started in 1969 by my grandfather. I always felt like being on the highway would get more business, and we certainly have here on 183.
He's just been a good partner and done some great things for our community.
Certainly hope to keep on growing and be the largest flag and flagpole company in the world.
Yeah, and you heard Steve mention that business is good. He says it's so good that he is considering adding an overnight shift to keep up with demand. The USA Triathlon Multisport Championships brought a lot of athletes to Irving for a new event. We will have coverage next time on City Source. Also, the Irving Police Department honored officers and civilians during its annual banquet at the Convention Center. Hear from some of the honorees. Also, the Irving Schools Foundation has a new warehouse, and it is helping the organization better serve families in need. We'll take you inside. Those stories and much more next time on our show. Remember, you can always email us your thoughts on our stories. The address is ictn@cityofirving.org. Also, find us on YouTube. Our channel is at youtube.com/thecityofirving. And while you're there, keep in mind that we always appreciate the likes and the positive comments. And look for updates on events and initiatives across the major social media platforms at the City of Irving. And that's it for this edition of City Source. Thanks for watching, stay healthy, and we'll see you next time.